But the commissioning is the same as reinstalling a sensor that's already been in the process. So we're going to do that instead, because that shows us both steps. If you're going to a site where the sensor's already installed and working, but you've got to service it, that's what we're going to do right now. And so you pull the sensor out and service it, and then you put it back together and you put it back in the flow cell. Well, that second part is the same as commissioning a new sensor. So we're going to start. We're going to service this sensor. I'm going to stop my water flow. I get these valves so I don't lose my prime here. All right. So here's the cable going to the controller. We may not have time to cover the wiring. We can look inside the controller. But if you give it a twist, and the cable comes right off, it's keyed. It only goes on one way. See how there's a white key here and a white key? It only goes on one way. Plug on, you give it about a quarter twist, and the sensor's powered up. So there's the cable. Put it inside. All right, then I got my water shut off. I'm going to open my flow cell. Alright, and we'll cover, this is the nut, and then there's washers here. We'll cover those when we go back in. There's a washer, and then there's an O-ring, and then there's another washer. So that's the mounting system that mounts the sensor into the flow cell. Alright, so there's a couple let's call them golden rules with the disinfection sensors. Here's the first one. Alright, so when you remove a sensor from the process and you're getting ready to remove that membrane cap, there's this, see this rubber band? We call it a rubber band. You have to remove this rubber band. You can either slide it out of the channel there, or you can take it right off. You need to remove that because it's exposing this vent hole right here. If you don't remove the membrane cap and you unscrew that membrane, if you don't remove the rubber band and you unscrew the membrane cap, you create a vacuum and you destroy the membrane. So always remove the rubber band. First thing, remove the rubber band, then you can open the membrane cap. There's my sensor. Now this is the extended pH range chlorine, and so the electrolyte is actually a gel. It's kind of this thick, goopy gel. Many or most of the other electrolytes are very liquidy water, but this one's a gel. Right? So this is just waste. I'm just gonna. There's my old electrolyte. You can pour it down the sink. We have the MSDS sheets. There's like some citric acid. It's like a pH of 2 or 3 or something. It's acidic, but it's not exceedingly nasty or corrosive. You can neutralize it and put it down the sink. All right, this is just tap water I'm using just because I don't have a sink right here. I'm rinsing out the electrolyte. Look at him in a second. So here's my sensor. I'm going to rinse off that electrolyte. You can do it. Normally I would do this under the sink, under room temp, not cold, not hot, and not really fast flowing, just gently flowing tap water. All right. And the reason for that is this the grayish purple electrode. It's a silver chloride coating, and it's not sensitive or loose or flaky, but you want to be very gentle with that coating.
You don't rub that up.
You never rub or scrub. You never steel wool. You're very, very gentle. Okay, so this sensor is used. But it's still working pretty good. The coating, it's a silver chloride coating. and it slowly gets consumed as the sensor runs. Now, it should take 4 to 5 years for that coating to completely disappear. When the coating is gone, the sensor, it doesn't work anymore. We can get it recoated. We can send it back to our manufacturer and he'll recoat it. The price is not exorbitant. I don't have the price in front of me, but it's not a, what's that? All right, maybe I may have to backtrack on that one. We can get them recoated. But when the coating's gone, you need to recoat it or get a new sensor. Alright, but you want to be very careful and with the silver chloride electrode. No scrubbing, no sandpaper, no steel wool. Alright, then we got the gold electrode. Alright, let me put this guy out of the way. Grab this. So whenever you service a sensor or install it for the first time, you need to polish this gold electrode. The gold doesn't corrode. It will get a very light tarnish. You guys know when you get gold rings, you can get a very light tarnish on it. Well, that tarnish will ruin our measurement. So you get this it's sandpaper here. Always polish, whenever you get that membrane cap off, always polish the gold electrode. So this is how I do it. So I cup it in my hand, and then you just sweep it across, and then I'm turning the sensor. You just see how it's just very gently, just taking the tarnish off of that gold electrode. All right, you don't want to don't do this, no machining, just polishing it. 4 or 5 times. I'm doing it a few more times to show you guys. Like 3, 4, 5 times, that's all it takes. Polish the gold electrode.